Good day. Yes, so today again we're going to look at the Spearman Rank Correlation. We previously covered the topic on Pearson correlation. If you haven't, make sure you watch the video on Pearson correlation before you watch this video on Spearman Rank Correlation, because it will give you some insight on how to interpret the result and the strength of the result, which is more or less the same for Spearman Rank Correlation. So I'm only going to take you through the steps of calculating the Spearman Rank Correlation. And you should understand that we also use Spearman Rank Correlation depending on the situation we'll find ourselves, um, especially if we're not dealing with a continuous variable, if we're dealing with discrete variables. So we use the Spearman Rank Correlation. There are other assumptions, but I don't intend to cover them in this video, and just to show you how to calculate them. So what this payment does is literally just to rank the values of the both variables and calculate the difference between the ranks, which is always denoted as the D, as you can see in the formula. So just to distinguish it a bit from the Pearson correlation, Spearman rank correlation is denoted with RS, which is equal to 1. I always call this one a big one, so you can understand that it's 1 minus the fraction of 6 summation d square, remember the difference, and divided by n, which is the number of observation, into bracket open, n squared, number of observation, minus 1. Okay, and here is what the rs, which is subscript s, r subscript s, which means Spearman rank correlation coefficient. Please remember, don't write R, because R means Pearson. So, and the formula are quite different. I think Spearman correlation is quite easier than in comparison with Pearson correlation. So let's look at an example and see how to solve it. So here we have consider a hypothetical scenario where we want to examine the relationship between the ranking of 6 books based on 2 criteria: the reader's rating and critic review. So there are different books, A to F, so it means that there are 6 observations, and the reader's rating, each rated, book A is rated 1 by the reader, but the critic review rated it 2, okay, like a rank, so to say. So when you look at the ratings from A to F is increasing and ascending order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but the critic ratings quite differ. So what we want to do is that we want to find the difference between these two ratings, and then we square the column, okay? And also we also want to find out the relationship and interpret the relationship between the reader's rating and the critic rating. Are we having a strong positive, positive strong relationship, negative strong relationship, or moderate or weak? We'll see when we get the final result. Okay, let's look at the solution. Again, here are the books. The reader's rating is denoted by X, 1 to 6, recall, and the critic review is denoted by Y. So we've called it rank X and rank Y, and we simply find the difference between the two. So 1 minus 2 is negative 1, 2 minus 3 is negative 1, 3 minus 1 is 2, 4 minus 6 is negative 2, 5 minus 4 is 1, and 6 minus 5 is 1. And then we square each of the d, which is negative 1 squared is 1, so you just remove the negative sign. Here is 1 as well. 2 squared is 4, obviously 2 squared is 4, 1 is 1, 1 is 1. And then we sum up all the value, and our summation d squared is equal to what? 12. So we substitute it in the formula. Here again is the formula, the big one, right? Minus 6 summation d squared into bracket n squared minus 1, right? So the 6 is part of the formula, so you don't remove it. And remember, this 6 is not the total number. It's just a coincidence that we also have 6 in this case. And this square is 12. We have it in the formula, and that's the only thing we need to calculate in this case. So 6, which is now the n, number of observation, into bracket open, 6 squared, number of observation square, minus 1. So if you do 6 square, you're going to get 36. Because I didn't work it out here, but you should understand. So you're going to get 36 minus 1, which is 35. 35 multiplied by 6 is what gives you 210. And obviously 6 times 12 is 72. So 1 minus the fraction of this will give you 0.66. And if we had to interpret the result, we simply say that there's no strong correlation, but a moderate correlation between the reader's rating and critic rating. Or simply put, there is a moderate positive correlation between the reader's rating and the critic's review. I hope you understand how to calculate Spearman correlation now. Don't forget, we only calculate the d side, which is the difference between x and y, and it's squared in the column. So don't forget how to square. It's very, very critical. This is only part I think some students tend to make mistake. Once you get that part, I substitute it in the formula, you are less likely to make a mistake. So I hope you enjoyed the lesson. The next one we're going to look at is calculating the regression.